Everybody. Welcome to Rob Slade's S3 Training Center at Rob Slade's Old School Gym. I'm Rob Slade, and today we're going to talk about the importance of strength training for people over the age of 40. When you look at over the age of 40, that's actually being kind to me because I'm way past that, and my strength training now is as good now as it's been in years. And there's a lot of reasons why strength training is very important for those of us over 40. It's not just a young man's game or young woman's game. We're not worried about big biceps. We're not worried about looking good when we go to the beach. We're looking at practical reasons why, for our overall health, strength training is as important, if not more so, than cardiovascular exercise. When you look at strength training, we have been looking for years, ever since Ponce de Leon tried to find the fountain of youth in Florida. We've been looking for years to find that fountain of youth that will either help reverse aging or help control and slow down the process of aging. And what we find is a lot of our aging actually occurs simply because of what we're not doing, not because of the natural occurrence and the natural things the way nature goes. What you find out is, you find that strength training has so many benefits for the people that are over the age of 40. You look right now, these weights right here, these go back as far back as the day I started working out, which was when I was 12 years old. And you look right now, they were Sears plastic weights, and they're still around, and they're still just as good as the day they were made. I still have them here in the gym actually to remind me about how important strength training was back then and how important it should still be now. When you look at strength training for somebody our age, over the age of 40, a lot of times you hear people talk about, well, I'm just not as strong as I used to be. I'm losing muscle. I'm replacing muscle and I'm gaining fat. And then I'm also aching. Every joint hurts for me. I've got bone density issues. And so I have to take calcium supplements and things of that sort. All the constant whining and complaining we hear that is easily solvable by just getting involved in a good, solid strength training program. One of the biggest reasons that you can actually strength train is speeding up your metabolism. What we find as we get older, our metabolism generally starts to decrease. As our musculature starts to decrease because of our inactivity or sitting at a desk all day, we start losing our capacity to burn calories even when we're sitting at our desk. Think of us as an engine. Think of us as a car. Think of us as a tractor trailer. We're sitting at the stoplight with a compact car right next to us. Sitting at the stoplight at idle, the bigger engine in the tractor trailer will always burn more fuel sitting there than your compact car. That's not such a great idea when you sit and look at a fuel economy and saving money when I buy gas, but it's a great idea for somebody. It's a human. Because the more calories we burn sitting at idle, the more we control our weight throughout the entire day. You can only exercise so many hours in the day. If you get a good hour workout in the morning, you've got to do a good 5-mile run. You burn calories at that point, but most of the time of the day, you're sedentary. If you're in an office, if you're working all day, then you're not burning the calories you are when you're actually exercising. So if you want to burn calories throughout the entire day, become more muscular. Gain muscle size, gain strength. The bigger the engine, the more calories you burn. As you burn those calories throughout the day, your metabolic rate speeds up, and throughout the entire day, you're burning calories. I have found, since I've become more muscular in the last year, my diet and my weight control has dramatically improved. I find now that it's much easier to control my weight because I've got bigger biceps, bigger chest, bigger legs, and bigger engines. And like I said, when I go to the gas station, I hate big gas mileage. But boy, I'll tell you what, I can burn all the calories I want through the entire day and be just as happy. And you all need to do strength training because, again, the bigger the engine, the more calories you burn throughout the day. The next thing comes to play with bone density, especially among women. Losing calcium with age thins your bones out. Thinner bones tend to break easier. Thinner bones tend to cause health problems. What we need to do is do strength training because that increases the density of the bones, especially what they call axial loading of weights. Overhead presses, squats, things of that sort. The bones actually grow thicker because of the reaction of pressing down on the bones and causing flexion in the bones, which then elicits the effect that we're going to get thicker and we're going to get stronger. So not only do big muscles help you burn more calories throughout the day, but resistance training, strength training actually helps you when it comes to bone density. If you have a bone density issue, start strength training. We're looking at the fountain of youth now. We're controlling our weight. We're speeding up our metabolism. Our bone density is improving. Not only that, but with your metabolic rate going up throughout the entire day, your overall health improves. Dropping in cholesterol, improving cardiovascular health. We're now actually worried about our body composition change. At a time in our lives when we're looking at our muscles are starting to drop off, and year after year, decade after decade, we start losing muscle mass. We're now reversing that by gaining muscle mass, which then allows our body composition to stay more lean, reducing our body fat percentage, reducing calories. So your overall health improves. Now, the biggest thing I find, when coupled with all the strength training that I'm doing right now, is my confidence level has skyrocketed. There is nothing better any time in your life that you feel more confident in your ability to do things, how you look, your appearance. When you're a kid, you always remember the Charles Atlas ads, where they used to show the little scrawny guy out on the beach getting somebody to kick sand in his face. And he does the Charles Atlas dynamic tension theory program in the back of comic books. And then all of a sudden, he now feels he can go out and not have this guy bullying and kick sand in his face because he's stronger. So what happened when you're age 12, 13, 14, and 15 applies now. When you can walk out and sit there and feel more confident about what you're doing because your body looks better. You feel better. When I walk somewhere now, I have the strength to do what I need to do. So my confidence level has skyrocketed. I feel good about my appearance. I feel good about how I feel when I go out now. And it's all changed. When you start looking at your clothes fit a little tighter in certain spots and they're a little loose in others, that's a big, big deal. Now, the big thing that you need to worry about strength training is injury prevention. Believe it or not, cross country actually has the highest injury rate of any sport. It's usually related to overuse, constant pounding, constant beating your joints up and things of that sort. The only protection you have is to keep the strength around those joints strong. A lot of back problems come because of a very, very weak core, lower back and midsection. The stronger you keep that, the more pressure goes on the musculature, the more it can absorb the stress, and the less likely we are to hurt ourselves. Believe it or not, 2 years ago, I couldn't get my shoulder up this high. Miracle cure, I started strength training, do a lot of shoulders, now look at this. And I'm not saying it's going to cure every medical problem, but it certainly can forestall a lot of the problems that you find with injuries. So what we need to do is add this all up. Strength training becomes a huge benefit for anybody even as old as 90. They've done studies showing people in their 90s doing resistance training, gaining massive benefits. So we're looking right now speeding our metabolism up. Speeding metabolism up because we have bigger muscles and bigger engines, our weight control gets better. Our weight control gets better, so does our overall health. We control our diet even better. We look right now also about bone density. Bone density increases the more you do resistance training. Second, you got self-esteem. I feel better. I feel better about myself. My confidence level goes up. And that's across the board from age 11 all the way up to 100. Then the big thing is injury prevention. If I can prevent injuries because I'm stronger, if I can prevent injuries so my legs are stronger when I go mountain biking, or I can go running or whatever, then those activities don't pound my body, my joints. So we look right now, there's always an advantage to strength training. It's huge. It should be a major component of your fitness program. So we do strength training here. You look back here at our weight room. We have a weight room here now that is set up so we do safe exercises that actually allow you to get stronger without getting hurt. When you consider a strength training program, you need to look at a sensible strength training program that does not add additional risk because of the training you're doing. We're looking at building up safe strength, to increase our metabolism, to increase our bone density, to increase our confidence, and decrease the chance of injuries. And you need to look at your program, make sure you have a qualified individual that can set you up on that type of program and not get hurt in the program you're doing. Next week, we'll be starting to talk about more exercises and more exercises that are safe for you over the age of 40 and how to go set up your own program in the weight room. I'd like to thank you all for coming today, and we'll be back next Friday. Have a great day and get in the weight room.